There wasn't many of those. Those ended
Yeah,
early.
You
yeah.
weren't out there. Fireman edit out. Fireman flex. All right, we are live. Week 3 NFL Week 3 preview. Best bets pick contest will continue. We'll have the against the spread draft and the money line parlay draft. I will do a recap of where the points and the picks are currently. And that'll be it. And we'll get out of here and watch this hotly contested game tonight. Bills and the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are gonna pull off the upset tonight. But before we get into that,
Whoa, hot take. Oh,
wow,
he dipped.
he dipped. As soon as
He
I
said
said
you-
that, he's like, I gotta go. I can't even participate in this
said,
fraudulence. I don't even want to be on screen for that insanity.
I kicked something.
It would have been iller if you would have given him the introduction for the inside scoop live at the Jets game. Fucking smoke screen.
All right, so let's start it off. You were at the Jets game. Flex was live in the building, representing in the building for the Jets game. You should have a good lean on this game. You got to see the Bills live and in color. So let's hear about it. What was it like? Were you on the field? Were you with Fireman Ed? Were you with Joe Beningo? Who were you with? Who was out there?
Well, see, the thing
Any
is,
day now.
Can you hear me?
Are you talking? Yes, I can hear when you talk.
No, because something happened with my microphone. But
No, you're good.
All right. My son gave me. Well, we went out for my birthday. We went out to dinner Saturday because Friday my son had a football game. They got stomped. So it wasn't a good start to the weekend from your boys. But yeah, we went to dinner and we're sitting there. And my son passed me this envelope. I'm like, oh, what's this? It was like from Braden and Adriel. I'm like, I open it up and I'm looking at it and I'm like, what's this? And it was tickets, and I was like trying to like comprehend because it was tickets to Buffalo Bills, and I was like, and I was seeing the date, and I was like confused just because it was like the game was the next day, so it was like I wasn't really mentally ready for it. So when I saw it, I was kind of just like a little scrambled. But not my son ended up he got 2 tickets. He paid for it. He made he paid for his, or he paid for mine and got my girl to pay for half of his or something like that. But yeah, he got some
Sick.
tickets from yeah, it was his first gift, I guess, that he purchased like that because he worked the summer. So I love I was all in on the whole situation because me personally, like I was getting ready to have a good day at the house, bring the TVs up, all that. But it kind of just like, it was just like a whirlwind. The only thing I thought, it was like, let me text whatever Jets fans I knew to see if they were going or interested in going, just to make it a thing. Because
So what
like
did
the
Jake
last time
Asman say? He met you out there or no?
no, it was actually like scrambling because of the parking. Like the parking was crazy expensive. So
When's the
I
last
was
time
like trying.
because I remember you went to that you went to the Bears game, right? That was
Yeah,
was that 2 years
2
ago?
years.
Is that the last
And
game you went to?
Yeah, because I don't
No,
normally
I was
I
just
don't like
asking.
going to games. So this was like more of a thing where my son really likes going to games, like in general, Mets games, Jets games or whatever, because I don't know, he just love like sports like that. So so whatever, like I had to get mentally ready, then like kind of it was like also planning for the parking. So the parking was actually not that bad. I figured out. I literally typed into to Google AI, like what's the best way to park at for Jets games, and it gave me boom, boom, boom the answers. It was like told me you could park in the American Dream Mall and walk over. If you want to save money, you could park in like the Secaucus at New Jersey Transit and just take the ride down. So I was surprised, given like it was very detailed and accurate. The Google AI, which also saved a ton of money on parking as well. So what we ended up doing, we went to Five Below before the game, before we left for the game. I got two lawn chair, two fold up chairs. We got there like 35 minutes. It took it 38 minutes. We actually checked multiple times to make sure we were going to the right place because it was only 38 minutes from Elmsford to get to the American Dream Mall. Got there, parked, took our chairs, sat down for like an hour, hour and a half in front of the stadium. Really nice setup that they had, like game day, which I was surprised was not packed. Like we literally like we just sat in a parking spot with our chairs, and they were giving away like Dunkin' Donuts had a thing where you just opened a locker and we opened a locker just by after like it was just whatever turn it was. You open a locker and there's a prize inside. So I ended up getting a Jets chain, like the thick whatever like bulldog
Yeah.
chain. My son got some Dunkin' Donuts glasses. Then they had a Cash App booth. I grabbed some. They put me in one of those the things that throw money
Yeah.
like in the
Those
game
glass
shows.
booths.
Yeah.
Yeah. And had never been into one. I thought I did pretty good. I was two bills short of a Mitchell and Ness Jets T-shirt. Was very upset about that. But that would be nowhere near the last time I would be upset uh, in that Sunday. Got into the stadium about maybe right before the game started. They did a Charlie Kirk moment of silence, which me and my boy, I didn't even have to tell him. He knew he kept his ass sat in his goddamn seat while everybody stood up. But another thing is it was about 50 to 55% Bills fans, which was pretty embarrassing as well and annoying just because you can't. I don't like I don't
Yeah.
like
You
being
can't enjoy
around.
it.
Yo, also
Yeah, you can.
that's a bit of a letdown, man. Like that's coming off of a. I would have thought that there would have been some excitement going into that game.
Yeah, that's what I thought because it's like like all the there was a lot of energy, which was the first red flag as well. Like a lot of because I told my son I was like on the way to the game where like I'm hearing the listening to the radio and I'm like I kind of don't like everybody saying we have a chance to win this game, and that's what it ended up being from the first. We had Michael Clemens pulling a Michael Clemens first play, and I don't think we recovered from that. Um, it was just a despicable. I mean, it was a perfect day. Don't get me wrong. And it was a great experience. MetLife gets a lot of shit. I mean, obviously it's not a great building, but in terms of like the game day experience, it's not bad at all. Like I just feel like, it's just blah. But in terms of like, they do a good job, kind of with outside and doing, the overall fan experience or whatever. But it was not fun. We probably left with uh maybe 10 minutes left on the clock. We missed a Jeremy Rucker touchdown. So heartbroken by that. But yeah, the energy was not good. It was just from the start as soon as you start a game with on third and 19, third and 19, and then you get a by a hated player, you get that penalty and it turns, it turns from 3 points to 7 points, and then you get the fumble. It's just like there was no getting up from that. So it was a great overall experience. I got to go there with my son. You know what I'm saying? We chilled for a little bit. Everything was perfect. Then after we went out to the mall because I didn't know that it is $5, but you do need to buy something somewhere. at the American Dream Mall. Just FYI. So we bought some cookies, took them home. I actually lost my receipt, and I'm like, and I get next to a garbage can because you have to scan a receipt and scan your ticket. So I was sitting next to a garbage because we had just bought the tickets. I asked for the receipt. I must have dropped it somewhere. So I'm sitting at the garbage, like looking through my wallet, and I look, and there's a receipt there. So I take the receipt out the garbage, scan that shit, and it was $5 for your boy to get
Dumpster
out.
diving for free parking. Come on.
It was at the top. It was at the top. It was at the. It was
Trash can
$100.
dollar.
It was $100 if not. So
Nice.
yeah,
Hey,
so-
garbage picking for some free parking. I'll do it. I'm with it.
No, and I saw it, and I saw
And
it.
you saw
There.
it too, right?
It was in my. Yeah, it wasn't like I was
You
like
didn't have to
digging
wipe
in
the
there for
boogers
it.
out of it. The
Nah, because I would
off.
I was gonna literally I was like, yo, let's just walk back up there and get the
Yeah, nah.
receipt again, bro.
Right. Yeah. So what'd you see? What'd you see though? Like being there live, you get a different feel. Like what did
Well,
you see? How do you feel about the coaching? Like what went so besides the penalty? Like what was the biggest obstacle? Like why couldn't we
they
get they
they were
couldn't get
just
back?
it just feel like they were flat, bro. Like I don't know if they were feeling themselves. And once that penalty, and like the penalty led directly to a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like it just felt like down from there. There was no energy like after that, because there was nothing really to kind of like there was nothing really to bring it back. Like they got a little, they got, they had a couple plays here and there. Then they kicked field goals, and then they weren't stop. The typical, the Jets that on third down they never get a stop. The tight end is going wild. The running back is coming out the backfield always. It's literally like it doesn't like it's been the same thing for 8 years. It feels like. Um, but I mean, I don't know. I really think I like personally like that. I feel like that play early on in the game just set the tone for the whole thing, and it was just like not getting up from there. Like they didn't have the firepower, and they were like, "Yo, okay, we can't do this."
Right. Damn.
But I will say, like there was a call that it was so egregious, where Justin Fields got hit after he literally gave himself up, slid, was getting up and got
Yeah,
a
I remember
helmet.
seeing that.
Yo, everybody everybody in the stands went crazy. And one thing I did like was Aaron Glenn was flipping out. Like he looked like how I would look if like that happened to my son. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he was halfway onto the field, like doing the demonstratively flipping out, and it was good because it wasn't like it looked like how I felt, so I knew that it was real. It wasn't just it was like
Yeah.
bullshit going through the motion. So you can feel that he like he's invested. You know what I'm saying? Because like sometimes like with Robert Sala, granted, actually, from the beginning, sometimes they would pan over and get a shitty call, and they'd kind of be just like arguing by himself and kind of looking, down in the dumps and all that. But my man was not. He was flipping out. And you know what? This is a young. Sometimes you need to get embarrassed, to remind yourself that like, yo, this is not. This is not like what you think it is. Like last week was last week. It has nothing to do with this week. So, maybe it's for the better.
Right. Nah, hey, I was flipping back and forth. The Giants game got too good for me to be moving too much, so I stayed right there. But
There was
Yeah,
nothing to
man.
see with that game, like very early on.
yeah, it's crazy.
Wait,
Yeah, I hear a lot of negativity from Jet fans of Aaron Glenn already. I'm like, yo,
Yeah, but this is because this is why we
Right.
end up in the same cycle, because
Right.
people get this like
2 games in,
it's
bro.
yeah,
Calm
it's so
down.
stupid.
Right.
It's so stupid, but that's why we get made fun of so much, because it's just like just so stupid, man.
Yeah.
Like you guys are acting like, who are you to act like the Jets are supposed to be this like juggernaut from the jump. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
what were
And
you
what?
expecting? You know what I'm saying? But it's like people get in their mind that like, oh, another defensive coach. Like even from the beginning, like when before they even played the game, obviously when he was hired, it was like, oh, Salah 2.0. It's like, dog, just because they're minorities, like that's what's gonna happen with it. Like they don't get the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Right.
so it's just annoying because it's like, dog, like we always get one of the top candidates in the coaching cycles. The reason it doesn't work out is for other shit. So it doesn't matter what you're complaining about now,
Right.
because you're complaining about something like you're complaining about a hypothetical in theory. Like
Right.
like, oh, Ben Johnson said he wasn't going to come here, but Ben Johnson is 0-2 as well. Like, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? And you wouldn't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
like it's just
Yeah.
annoying.
My thing is if you,
I don't pay attention to that shit.
right. Right. And if you were winning, we wouldn't even hear any of it.
Yeah.
It's like so stupid. Like, I mean, and then across the river, we can't get them. We giving them extra life. We should have been canned these niggas. In.
What river is this?
Well, across town, but I meant the Hudson River because they play across in Jersey. But yeah, but I meant across town. We're not getting rid of them fast enough. We're giving, 7 years to a quarterback. Fucking
Wait, so you
5 years.
still okay? So are we? Let's move on to the Giants then. Wait,
Yeah.
you still out on? Well, no, I don't think. Are you out on Dable? Or are you still a
No,
Dable truth?
after this, I mean,
Oh, so this game turned you around. Seeing
no,
Russ
no,
light it up.
no,
now,
no. I was gonna
Dable
say this
truther is
season.
back.
I was gonna say this season is like he's just not. He's
After
not
last season?
prepared. He's not prepared ever in the beginning of the season. That I don't care if you get good throughout the season. If every fucking season your first game looks like you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Like you need
But I
you
mean,
need that
but
game.
hold on.
Yeah, what
Hold
was
on.
it? It was what? How many straight years was it with no touchdowns on week one? It was the fourth year in a row, I think it
Something
was.
crazy,
Yeah.
something crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we can't do that to
Judge was
him.
part of that, too.
While you praise Joe Burrow for who always ends up doing the same exact thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Granted,
you're
you
right.
don't have Joe Burrow, but in my opinion, it's way better to play your better football at the end of the season than, because that's what you stick with. That's what you like. That's the no pause. That's the taste in your mouth that you have going into the off season.
Yeah,
You
but
know what
when
I'm saying?
yeah, but it's like that. It's like the relationship. It's like a relationship with a girl that has the potential, and then you're like 4 years in, and you're like the potential stays potential. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care because when the season starts, you're getting washed. You're not even competitive. You understand what I'm saying? You're ill prepared every first game of the season. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. You feel me? Like that there's no that's unexcusable. I don't care what you do mid season to the end of the season. If every time you start the season you're getting kicked in the fucking you look like you don't belong. You look like you don't belong. And it's over. It's over. Like Dable could come to me on his knees begging me for a fucking to stay, and I'm gonna turn my hand, bro. I'm gonna wash my hands right in front of him. Hand sanitizer and all, bro. And I'm gonna dry it off like that in his face, like this.
I'm like Razor Ramon.
Right, right there. And I'm out. And I'm saying, sorry, but you had your chance, God. You had way beyond the chance. I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? And as far as the game goes, man, like we played better than we played better than I expected. But at any given time, I don't think at any given time I was like, we're winning this game. Even when Neighbors caught the touchdown, the last joint, I jumped out my seat. I was cheering with my son. Me and my son was cheering. We haven't jumped out of our seats in God knows how long. It was a great throw. He had a bunch of those. It was even iller that it was Neighbors. All of that shit was great, but I never once sat down on that chair and was like, this game is over. Never. Even when they rock baby night night, neighbors did the night night whatever. I never thought it was over. In fact, when he drove, when we was on, when we got to the, when they got to the star, when they threw it and they got to the stars, like he's making that field goal. There's no doubt. There's no fucking doubt. He's not making. We're not going to overtime. You know what I mean? And it's like we had that game. We once we was in overtime. I'm not gonna sit there and be like I thought we were gonna lose, but I never felt like we were gonna win that game. Never did. That's just honest. That's just how I honestly felt, and I'm happy to see Russ do all of that and all that shit. But is that Dallas's defense is that bad? Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Well,
there's
speaking
no
of
more
that, I'm glad.
no moral victory. No moral victory for me. In my
It's
opinion.
so
Let's go
fun.
here
Real
because-
quick,
Go ahead.
real quick. It, it's so funny how it was. It's almost like a cruel joke how literally it was the exact same games for the Jets and Giants, just flipped
Flipped,
one
yes.
week.
You couldn't. I
100%.
couldn't.
Did you see my
Yep.
Did you see my tweet after week 1?
No.
So after week 1, I tweeted that there's nothing better than a Monday after a football Sunday where one New York team loses a close game and one New York team gets blown out. It's like a all you can eat buffet. It's a feeding
Right.
frenzy.
That's so. That's,
And then we
So
got it
perfect.
again week 2
Yeah.
in the flip. Oh man.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
like a dream.
It's almost like on purpose, bro. It's almost like, oh yeah, oh, let's get these niggas to feel good about themselves real quick,
Right.
and then boom, and then we're gonna flip it.
Right. That shit was. Man. It is
So-
what it is, though.
So speaking of bad defenses, do the Jets have a bad defense? What's going on with the Jets defense?
The Jets defense is playing like the
Shit.
year, the first year of
Of Salah.
is it, no, the second year of Zach Wilson, second year of Salah, where they were playing well in the beginning, and overall they had a good defense.
Wait, playing well in the beginning of what?
Well, they were
The
playing
games?
well at the beginning of the second season. They started playing better. My point is, I'm getting to the part that looks like it, but it looked like every play at the end of the season when they were trying to get into the playoffs, and every time they were in a position where they could make a stop or make a big play, something bad happens. Either they over pursue and they leave somebody wide open, a miscommunication, or a stupid penalty. That's literally.
So what? Okay, but what does that
Exactly.
mean? What does that mean? Forecast the rest of the
Well-
Jets season from a defensive standpoint. Is this going to be a season where they're going to take? Because like if you're comparing it to, because what I was thinking you were going to say was Salah year 1, because I felt like it took them a while to. I don't know if it was a scheme issue. I don't know if it was a motivation issue. I don't know if it was a personnel issue. But it felt like it took them a couple of years for Salah to really get his mitts into the defense. But by the time he did, they had turned it around. They looked better by I guess it was year 3. Are you expecting it to be some of similar growing pains that extend possibly a year long, or is this like are the Jets going to be just a bad defense for a good portion of the year, or you think they're going to show that they're a good defense at any point this season?
I think they're going to get better. I think they're going to get better because the
they have to
mainstays-
get better. They can't get worse.
Well, yeah, but I just mean like
they gave up 30
think
burgers back to back at home. I mean,
yeah, for I think the point where I think they're going to get better, like the players that made big impacts recently and last year and all that, they have been playing bad. Like
Well,
Jameis sure
that's
would.
part of why I'm asking. That's part of why I'm concerned because that's why I said I feel like I don't know if it was a getting the scheme right issue. I don't know if it was a personnel issue. Or maybe it was a combination of all of those things. But I did not expect, and maybe this is my fault because truth be told, I've never been a big Aaron Glenn defensive coordinator guy. I think y'all know that, but I thought that that's my man Steve Wilkes. But now I'm starting to hear a lot of people like, yo, Steve Wilkes ain't it.
Mm-hmm.
And they got the personnel there, and like you were just saying, like the dudes who stepped up and were forces when the Jets most recently were good defensively have looked bad. And I don't know what to do with that. I don't know if that's what they are now, or I don't know. I thought a lot of my forecasting of what the optimism I have for the potential of what the Jets could do this season, and obviously you had to have optimism as well because you picked them to make the playoffs. I assumed that was based off of defense. Anything I thought the Jets were going to do this year was going to be because I thought they would be able to be competent and solid defensively. If they're that bad on defense, then I got to recalculate everything. So that's what I'm asking. Like, is this something that you think can get turned around quick, or is this? I mean, obviously, I don't expect you to have all the answers, but I'm just curious what your perspective is on it.
I just think because if I'm not mistaken, they run a similar defense that they have been in terms of like just like the philosophies or whatever. Like they come from like I feel like they learned like Steve Wilkes because I think they worked together, and what's his name, Ulbrich and all that. Like they come from the same, I guess. I think if I'm not mistaken, defensive tree. So I feel like maybe like a little bit has to do with
That
just like
tree, you
being
gotta cut that tree
like the
down.
calls. But I'm saying just like being like that. When there's like the same call, but you have a different coach, and the same call means something different, or whatever play. Like I feel like maybe because it just seems like they're a step behind, and I'm hoping. Obviously, I'm gonna be optimistic that all of these players didn't turn into shit, and Robert
Do
Saleh
they
wasn't
miss
some.
C.J. Mosley? Just in terms of, because obviously he was past his peak from a physical standpoint. He couldn't cover, and he
Yeah.
was, late on a lot of everything. But I do think that what he couldn't provide them from a physical standpoint, he still was, he was like captain, leadership, sort of holding guys accountable. I mean, obviously it's way early, and we're not going to get crazy about any of these conversations, but I'm just curious where you're at right now in terms of do you think that there's a leadership void there with the defense that, like who is the leader on defense now?
Well, I mean, I think it's Quincy Williams, and I feel like I don't feel like leadership is a thing, but just like because of the person, I think all the personalities that they have on defense are like, you know, aren't some like, like those shithead, guys that aren't leaders. I feel like all of them have like strong like leadership qualities, like the way that they've drafted and all that, and like the stuff that like the way that they've shown like gotten better and their work ethic. So I don't think it's that. Uh, just because I mean like people like Jermaine Johnson, Quentin Williams, and I mean even Harrison Phillips, that they just brought on. It's just like I feel like I don't feel like that's the issue. There's just I think it's just like miscommunications and the you know the adjustment period.
All right. Well, it's just one game. We'll have a chance to bounce back this week. They are a significant underdog on the road. It's the Todd Bowles Revenge Bowls. That's going to be exciting. A little Todd Bowles revenge game. Who's going to get revenge? Will it be the Jets getting revenge on Bowles, or will it be Bowles getting his revenge on the Jets? Obviously, we have all the lines, right? I sent you guys all the lines for this week.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, recapping our picks from last week, unless there's anything else y'all want to get into. I don't want to jump anybody.
No, we're good.
Word Life, I didn't ask you your thoughts on the Jets. I don't know if you the same questions I was asking Flex. I don't know
Well,
if you have anything.
I did want. I did have some things I was waiting for Flex to finish. But no, as far as the Jets, like going into the season, I did think that they were going to struggle against the run. Um, but yeah, I mean, I really watched the Pittsburgh game more. I didn't really watch last week's game as much. But yeah, they look like a step behind. They look a little lost.
I actually thought they were worse on defense in the Pittsburgh game, just
but you know what,
because.
which is funny because after that game, I felt like, okay, what is it? Is it Pittsburgh and the Jets are gonna be solid teams or good teams, or is it that they're both bad, or like like the defense, like the Jets defense letting Rodgers do that? Is that Rodgers? I'm not gonna believe that's Rodgers. I did
Well, I think we saw that was not Rodgers.
exactly,
Rodgers was getting his
what
ass dragged.
but that's my
And
point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I left that game thinking that. I left the Jets game thinking like, I don't know. Like everybody was already, I work with a Steelers fan, so they're ready to crown Rodgers of success, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, wait it out a little bit. So, but that's my only take. Is like, Glenn is a defensive guy. Let him get a couple weeks in, few more weeks to get his mitts on that defense and see what he does, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
um,
he is a
They
defensive
got
guy.
players there. They got players there. They got
it's
players.
funny. One thing that it kind of stuck with me, that actually Dan Levitar brought up, where he was talking about Aaron Rodgers, where it's like, Aaron Rodgers, he has his fresh, his mind and playing. The first week when he hasn't taken any hits or anything like that, and it's kind of just like, still fresh, it's gonna look a little bit better than from when you take some of the hits that he took in the Jets game, and then you got a game next week. Like, I think that's kind of like, it's like that's kind of when the football, like, age thing, where it's like, me, I wake up in the morning, my ankles crack and all that, like, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, he
Right.
took that sack, he took that big sack from Quincy Williams. He took 2 sacks from Will McDonald. He took the sack from Quinton Williams on the first play of the game. Like, that shit, you can't, in 1 week, you can't shake that off, as opposed to having a whole off season where you didn't get hit and then going into the first one fresh. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you're going to see the toll, because if every game was 2 weeks apart, then you got something else cooking. But those now when you got a couple days to recover, man.
Right.
Yeah, so we shall see. But let's get into some picks. Let's go right after it.
Let's do it.
Let's go right after it. Week 2, not the best showing from the crew. These early weeks are always tough.
Yep.
Week 2, Flex with a big 3-point win with the Falcons against Minnesota. Other than that, had a rough beat on the Broncos. That one was tough. You have the leverage call that negates the missed field goal, and then they get a second shot at it. That hurts. And the Saints, man, you were bold for taking the Saints, but I respect the play, but the Saints are the Saints. What can we say? Word Life, a really bad week for you, Word Life. Really bad week for you. At least you got of the money line parlay, you got one. You got the Dallas one.
Unbelievable.
But yeah,
Terrible.
Cardinals did not cover against Carolina. Bears did not cover against Detroit. Not even close, actually.
Not even
And
close.
obviously the Cowboys got the win, but didn't cover against the Giants. So the worst of both worlds on that one.
That was
The box with a rough week. The box got the 3-pointer, but missed on 2. Missed on the Jags, missed on the Saints, and the box was with you on the Falcons. So the box won that one. And I had the Bengals and the Patriots and the Jets. Obviously, the Jets did not cover. The Bengals and the Patriots did. And I had Javonte Williams with the not Javonte, Jameson Williams with the tutty. I've decided I'm done taking the Jets. And not out of any kind of beef or like saltiness. Oh, I take them and they lose. I don't know if I'm jinxing them or they're jinxing me, but we're just not. I don't have a good read on the Jets. I feel like every time I feel good about them and I take them, it's not the time to take them. So I'm probably gonna lay off for a little while, just because sometimes when you don't have a good feel for a team, you gotta know when to lay off. So. But so we will start it. I'll start it off, and then Flex and Word Life. That'll be the order. Snake Draft, Word Life, 2 back-to-back picks. First pick is 3 points, then 2, then 1, and then we'll bounce back. And I guess Word Life will lead off the money line parlay, and we'll bounce back. Okay.
Sounds good.
So, with that being said, first pick, full slate. Oh, man. I'm going to take... I had this written down. Let me look. Let me see. Yeah. Is the volume on the music all right? It feels loud. I'm going to turn it down a little bit.
It's a tad loud, but...
It's a little loud.
Yeah, I'm going to bring it down a little bit. All right. Okay, first pick. There's a couple picks that I like, and but I feel like... There's some short lines that I'm a little spooked out by, but all right. First pick, 3-point pick. I got to do it. Give me the Texans. I'm going to take Houston at Jacksonville, getting a 1.5. It's always tricky when I try to do a back-to-back fade on a team. This will be a fade of the Jags for 2 straight weeks. I took the Bengals against them last week. And people were, the Bengals were lucky to cover. They had their backup quarterback. Like, how do you say they were lucky to cover when they had their backup quarterback? Right. The Jags were lucky to have taken Joe Burrow out of the game. Anyway, I'm going to take Houston against the Jags. Road division dog. Dogs obviously have not been doing their thing the way we need them to, but I feel like this is a spot. This is a desperation spot for Houston. Houston has to win this game, especially after they got bakered on Monday night. It is a short week, but I just feel like if Houston's gonna make something of this season, it has to happen this week. This will be a Christian Kirk revenge game, because where's his ass at? He is with the Texans, and he'll be making his season debut this week. They've been without Christian Kirk all season so far, weeks 1 and 2, and I think it has shown Christian Kirk is not exactly a Pro Bowl wide receiver, but that receiving core, and I think just that offense needs every horse that they can get, and I think that Christian Kirk coming back, while it may take them some time to get into sync, I think that C.J. Stroud desperately needs some pass catchers out there that are not named Nico Collins, because he's really all they got cooking right there. They have no run game, so any additional firepower on offense I think can make a difference. They're desperate. I think the defense will do some terrible, terrible things to Trevor Lawrence, who you don't even have to have a really good defense to do terrible things to Trevor Lawrence until proven otherwise. So getting a point, I know it's on the road, but I got to take the Texans, man. If the Texans are going to make something of the season, they can't go down 0-3. So give me the Texans, 3-point pick, plus 1.5.
Nice.
I like that. I like that pick, considering the Kirks and the firepower and catching bullets from C.J. Stroud. So I think that's a good pick you got there.
Nice.
Thanks, pal.
For my first pick, I hate to do it because we could get back to that, but this affects what my football crush was. But I'm gonna have to go with the Tennessee Titans.
We didn't get the football crush. Hold on. Let's get the football crush. Do you want to do it now, or you want to do it after?
No, well, I could do it. I could do it right now because it kind of plays in because it breaks my heart to have to
Do
pick
we need
against
different
my
music?
football
Should I
crush.
put like?
No,
Should I put a slow jam or something?
Computer love.
No, this is perfect. I don't know if you guys
All
have
right,
seen.
it's football related, so.
Yeah, I don't know
No,
if you
you know
guys
what
have
I'll
seen
put? I'll put. Here's what I'll put. This will be perfect. And Word Life, you'll appreciate that. What I will put is. Oh shit! I don't have it. Damn. Oh well, I guess I can't do it. I was gonna put Dave Rothenberg's wedding song, the classic battle, but I don't have it on cue right now.
Like I said, it hurts. It hurts my heart to pick against my crush. Are you guys familiar? Have you seen the gifs? Have you seen the videos of Carly Ursay Gordon on the sidelines of the Colts games?
I have not, but I'm familiar with
It's
her.
the most. It's just such a beautiful, cute. It's so pure. She's on the sideline. She's on the sideline with a headgear on, with a pen, a pad, writing down things, celebrating to herself on the sidelines, rocking the thick Cuban linked iced out chain. It's such a cute, beautiful thing because it's just like it's almost like one of those things where like take your daughter to work or take your son to work, where you have
Yeah, no,
like,
she's fly. I like her. She's part of why I was in on the Colts this year.
But I'm saying like she's like on the sidelines and like I know that I don't know if it was for this game because they were both close games, so I don't remember which one it was, but it was like they showed the gifs of like she's on the sideline and I guess I don't know if it was the field goal or whatever, and she's like excited but she's like trying to play it cool.
Yeah.
And it's like I just needed somebody to go over to her, which stupid from everybody involved on the sidelines, because the first person that I'm going out, if I'm a player, if I'm on management, if I'm on the coaching staff, shit, if I'm the fucking ball marker, I'm showing love to the queen that Carly Ursay. Well, she has two names, so I guess she's married. But I mean, I guess we could figure that out down the line. But
yeah, it's details.
What a queen! Just like totally in. It looks so innocent. It doesn't look like she's like butting in. It looks like she's like dialed in and just like jotting down everything that's going on and like maybe what even her opinion is. But she's not like, she knows better than to go anywhere near the coach and tell him, hey, this and that. It's like it's almost like taking the good parts of like Jerry Jones, and I mean taking the bad parts of Jerry Jones out, and it's just like being just like the owner all in, and like I don't know, she's fucking mad cute, bro. It was just so wholesome to me.
Amazing.
But that doesn't mean I can't pick against you, boo. So I'm going with Tennessee. I feel like both of these games for the Colts have kind of, there's like stuff that I don't buy on. Obviously, with the Dolphins game, we saw how bad they performed, and with the Broncos, obviously, if they don't get that that leverage call at the end of the game, they lose that one as well. So, I don't necessarily pick them to, the Titans to win, but I do think they could keep it close and getting 4.5. Give me the Tennessee Titans and Cam Ward and them boys.
Nice.
Wow, drinking the Titans Kool-Aid. I like it. Sip.
Which brings me to my pick. All right. This one was tough, but for my 3-point pick, I'm gonna go with the home dogs, the New England Patriots at home against Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't really. It's really more a slight on the Steelers. I just don't like what's going on over there. I feel like people started drinking their Kool-Aid after week 1. I know the Pats aren't great neither, but when it comes to a dog fight, which I think it's gonna be offensive stinker. I gotta go with the home dog. I gotta go with the home dog, and I gotta go with Patriots getting 1.5 at home against the Steelers.
All dogs. All dogs for our 3-point picks. You know what they say about all dogs?
They go to heaven,
They
baby.
go to heaven.
So they die early, or
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? They die.
I mean, we'll find out on Monday.
All right. With my
Home
2
dogs
point-
this season so far, 5-8 against the spread. Division dogs this season so far, 6-8 against the spread. Just throwing that out there.
All right. All right. With my 2-point pick, I'm gonna go against the grain. It's a little ballsy. I think this is a little ballsy. You tell me, H, if this is a little ballsy. I'm gonna go with the away team getting 3.5. The Rams at Eagles getting 3.5. I like what the Rams is doing, man. I like how they're moving. I like the fight in them. I feel like the Eagles going up against a good coached team, and they're gonna run into some trouble. And I think that this is the team to do it. Right now, we're still early. Everyone's still fresh. Yeah, I know the Eagles are the NFL darlings right now. They're the new Chiefs, the new Bill Belichick and Brady, and I get all of that shit. That's all hype, in my opinion. I gotta balance my Eagles hate a little bit, and but I just think the Rams they look good out there. So give me the Rams getting 3.5 at hostile territory, Philadelphia.
I like it. I think it is ballsy. I know that there's I've been hearing a lot of people on the other side of that, but I'm in on the Rams. So
Yeah,
We'll see.
you're saying that the darlings with the Chiefs and all that. It just like I don't know why, but it put in my head, like with Nick Sirianni, like you know that meme with the dragons where there's like three dragons that look fierce, and there's the one dragon that looks like a dumb idiot, like an idiot, and he's like
Right.
tongue out.
Right.
Like I feel like when you get like coaches and teams, you get the like all the other good teams are like are the other dragons, and then Nick
Right.
Sirianni, like granted, bless his heart. I mean, he's Super Bowl champion, can't take that away from him, and you know the proof is in the pudding.
Right.
But it just like how dumb
Right.
he looks, and like even with the like the big Dom thing and everything, it's just too much
Right.
goofiness.
And
like considering the level of
exactly,
team
and
that
that's
they
what
have.
I'm banking on. And it's also like I don't know if you guys feel the same. I have a tendency to hate coaches that celebrate like players. Like, don't celebrate like a player. Like, yeah, high five, all that shit. But a
I'm the
little
opposite.
bump here and there, but all that running down the field with the play, like, chill. I don't know. That's ugly to me.
No, I'm the
I-
opposite.
I
Matter
used
of
to
You're
feel
not
fact,
a play,
I-
especially if you're not an ex-player.
Say it again.
Well, if you're not an
Especially if you're not an
ex,
ex-player.
that's what I was gonna say. That might play into it for me. But like
True.
when I seen I don't know if you've seen that photo that they got of Vrabel running along the sidelines. I think it might have. I can't remember if it was after an interception or after a big play, but like maybe just because it's Vrabel and that's my man's. But
Right. And he played, but is he running with the play, or is they scored a touchdown or they did something and then he's fucking acting like a child? Like that's, to me, that shit bothers me. I don't know, but I guess I'm alone on that one. But when I coach, I try to be mad, like chill, like I wasn't like overdoing it, man. Like I don't know, and that was Pop Warner. Imagine. Fucking
yeah, but I feel like
Yeah,
Pop
I don't
Warner is
know.
different. Like for you to celebrate with kids is mad goofy, but like I feel like with the professionals, half these dudes are not that far from your age. They're much more your peers.
true.
Yeah, all grown up.
And
But anyway, back to the picks. 2-point pick.
I don't like this pick in first. I gotta
this
wait
is a
mad long
pick
for
that
my
I.
second pick.
Yeah, this
Yeah, the
pick. I mean,
losers should probably go first, huh? No, because then
it's
I know. Go ahead.
well, because the good thing about being the loser is that you get the two, the two
Yeah,
at the end, and that very well may be your first two picks anyway. You know what I'm saying? So
true.
maybe picking first doesn't
It
really
just
that much of
if you
a
go first, you just gotta really, really feel good about. You gotta do
Right.
your best to
yeah.
maximize the value in having that first pick and having the full board at your disposal.
Right.
Right.
All right. So for my 2-point pick, it stood out to me earlier because they were getting 1.5 points. I guess it's flipped 3 points. But give me the Dallas Cowboys. Now giving 1.5 points to the Chicago Bears. The defense really hasn't looked as good as I thought they would. Thus far, the offense it's kind of up and down, but I don't know. I think the same could be said for the Cowboys, and I just think that I think their shit isn't more in line. I think the Dallas Cowboy offense is more. I think is more likely to take advantage of a slumping defense than Caleb Williams is going to be able to take advantage of the Cowboys. With their defensive woes. And I mean, that we were talking about the first year coaches and seeing Ben Johnson still has to show something, and he came with a lot of hype and all that. But let's see if they get back on track this week. It's a bad defense. Maybe he does it, but I'm not trusting Caleb Williams until he puts a couple games together where it's full games, because I've seen like drives and I've seen quarters and even a half of Caleb Williams being good, but it's to date in the games I've watched to date, I haven't seen him put together a full game, where he takes advantage of what the defense is doing. If anything, it kind of looks like once he has a good half, or if he has a bad half, he flips it and he doesn't take advantage of stuff that's available to him. So give me the Dallas Cowboys, just because I feel like they're the more seasoned team right now. Giving 1.5 points. I know it's away, but still like them for my 2-point pick.
Nice.
Cowboys on the road against Chicago. All right. All right. So I got to make these two count. All right, for my 2-point pick, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter for the points, but my 2-point pick, there's 2 games and 2 teams that I'm a little nervous about, but all right, you know what? I'm gonna take the Browns. I'm gonna take the Browns getting 8.5 at home. Long rest for Green Bay, who played last Thursday, but. Let's see if Kevin Stefanski is this great coach that people say that he is, because I think the Browns have a good enough defense that they should be able to compete in this game at home. Packers have not been able to, obviously they've been very dominant in their 2 wins, but I feel like people have assigned them as like they're the team to beat. And, obviously I've said that I'm very high on the Packers coming into the season. But in this spot, in this game, non-conference game, a little bit of a sleepy spot. No Jaden Reed, who just had surgery. They haven't been able to figure out how to get Golden going. No Christian Watson. So they're dealing with, 3rd and 4th string wide receivers, plus a rookie who hasn't really shown anything yet. Obviously, they've gotten a lot of the tight end spot, but I think that the Browns defense should not get walked over by these Packers receivers on the road. They can stop the run, so I don't expect Josh Jacobs to run all over them. And it's really just going to be a matter of can Kevin Stefanski provide an offense that can protect immobile Joe Flacco so that he doesn't get completely killed by Micah Parsons. That's really what this game is going to be, just from a covering standpoint. If he can put together a decent offensive game plan that can keep Joe Flacco upright, I'm not saying the Browns are going to win the game, but they should be able to keep it close at home and cover a big 8.5-point spread. They should be able to keep it within a score. The Browns low-key have had they low-key have some decent offensive pieces. I've always liked my guy Club Cedric Tillman. Jerry Jeudy I've never been a big fan of, but he's at least a deep threat. He can stretch the field, and they obviously have good tight ends. Joku and this kid Fannin has shown some things early in the season, and they got they brought Judkins into the fold last week, so now they have a three-headed backfield of all Stefanski guys at his disposal. So let's see if they can figure out a game plan to put together an offense. I expect the defense to be able to neutralize what Green Bay wants to do for the most part, and this game just shouldn't be a blowout. So yeah, I'm gonna take the big number. I'll take the 8.5, and that'll be my 2-point pick. Hopefully Flacco doesn't kill us. And then for my 3-point pick, I'm gonna go with the Denver Broncos, getting 2.5 points on the road. Division game against the Chargers.
1-point pick, right?
1-point picks. Did I say 2? I meant 1.
Yeah, you said 3.
Oh, I said 3. We in reverse. Yeah, no, 1-point pick. Last pick. Yeah, I'm taking Denver. Denver kind of let me down week 1, but kind of didn't. I think that this is going to have a lot of intensity to this game. Division game. The Chargers have played 2. This will be their 3rd straight division game. And these division games are games early in the season that they have a little extra spice to them. The hits are a little harder. The recovery is a little takes a little longer. And I think after starting the season in Brazil and then being out in Vegas, I think that this could be a spot where the Chargers could. This is going to be a good test for the Chargers, let's put it that way. I felt like there was a lot of circumstance with the first 2 wins they got of the season. I think the Chargers so far have proven me dead wrong. I was off the Chargers heavy to start the year, and they look a lot better than I expected them to. But they haven't really faced adversity. I think that I still am not convinced that first Chiefs game that there wasn't a lot of flukiness to it. They lost. They just seemed like not having Rashid Rice and then losing Xavier Worthy, their only other pass catcher for the most part. They just couldn't get anything going on offense. So I kind of throw that game out for the most part, even though they looked. I will give it that the Chargers look good on offense. But let's see, is Justin Herbert going to win the MVP? Because that's what it's looking like right now. I'm not convinced he's going to win the league MVP. I think he has some regression coming, and I think that this is a perfect spot with an angry Broncos defense that just lost a game that they feel like they should not have lost. I think it's a perfect spot for that Justin Herbert regression to take place. I'm a little scared with Bo Nix because he's fucking Bo Nix. What can you do? But hopefully a little J.K. Dobbins revenge game. Maybe we get the run game going against the team that gave up on him and decided they wanted to go with Najee Harris and Marion Hampton. You know, give me a little J.K. Dobbins revenge. Give me Bo Nix, no mistakes. And give me some smothering, angry Broncos defense. Maybe even a Broncos defensive score. Yeah, give me the Broncos. I'll take the points. Even if they lose, I think it'll be a nail-biter. I mean, if they can play the Colts nail-biter like that, I think they'll be prepared for this division game. So I'm going to take the Broncos and the points.
Like it a lot.
Did you guys see the Khalil Mack injury?
I did. That's another reason why I'm
yeah. They showed the replay. I kind of saw like when he was walking out, like he was kind of holding his arm in a way that like when I broke my wrist, that's how I walked. You know, like that. And then they showed the replay and they saw him they showed him get pinched or whatever, like in 2 ways by the ball carrier and his own teammate. And I was like, and then they're like casually, they're like, yeah, Khalil Mack, he's on his way to the hospital. Well, he'll get medical attention on his whatever, like they said, arm or whatever. But it was like, yo, that shit was mad. But
Tough deal.
for my my third pick, I almost did the same thing you did. My 1-pointer.
It's habit. We got 3 years of habit.
Yeah. I'm gonna go out on a limb a little bit, and it's gotta happen sooner or later. So I'm gonna bank on it being, they got close the first week, got closer the second week. And I'm gonna pick third time's a charm. The Carolina Panthers getting 5.5. It's not,
wait. I thought that line moved. Oh, okay, all right, still 5.5. No, you're good.
Oh, yeah, I updated them from what you sent or whatever, because it's not anything like that. I think they're getting better or anything like it, because they've started all these games the same way, where it's like they're just kind of chopping back at the lead or whatever.
Keep chopping.
And they're feisty, I guess. They keep it close, but not close enough. This is the week they get close enough to cover. So, give me the Panthers, Bryce Young and them boys.
Home opener.
Canales. There you go. 1-point pick.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I like that pick.
Yeah, it's a good pick. I liked your pick too, actually. Very much so that I had to change.
I could tell you were a little upset that was over.
No, I was shocked. I was like, oh, I thought I had that one in the bag, but good pick. All right, with my point picks, I had another one, so I had to switch it up, but I'm going with Geno Smith and the Raiders at Washington, getting 3.5 points.
What's the status on Jaden Daniels there?
He's out, from what I understood, which is mainly why I made this pick. Mariota, I think, is the backup. So this is really, I think you guys would agree. Like, Jaden Daniels is that good, Like, I don't believe in that team that much. Without Jaden Daniels, I think they look completely. It's gonna look like a different team. It's gonna look disastrous almost.
Yeah. No, the reason why I asked is because I feel like there was, I forget what game it was, but there was a spot last year where Jaden Daniels was like,
right.
He might not play, and then he ended up playing, and I got screwed.
He did do that. He did do that.
Well, and that was with his ribs, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I think it was. Yeah, it was something. So. And it was like looking like he was out, and I was like,
yeah, it was like almost 100%.
We got a spot,
right.
And then it was like, oh, Jaden Daniels expected to start, and I was like, oh,
right.
Cool.
So he's trying to okie doke. Well, if he did, he's gonna get 1 point from me. So, but with that being said, yeah, I just think it's gonna look different. It's not gonna be as. It's not, obviously, when you take a top quarterback in the league out of a team, especially one that like Washington that really relies on him for everything, in my opinion, it's gonna look bad. Not to say that the Raiders are any fucking much better old machine, but I just feel like at least they got their starting quarterback, and I know they're missing Bowers, but they still got other tight ends that they can use. While I think Washington's really disabled without their starting star QB in Jaden Daniels. So give me the Raiders getting 3.5 at Washington.
All right. I'm going with the Raiders. The Raiders, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'm interested in what happens with that game, too, because I feel like I don't know how to read the results of Raiders-Chargers. Yeah. Is it like the Chargers, are they that dominant, or were the Raiders having an off night? Well, or the Raiders,
right.
We'll see. Because the Raiders' offense looked real good against New England, but is it because New England's defense is bad? Who knows?
Yeah, I think after.
No, I agree.
I think after week 3, because it's like, especially like with the, like with the Jets and Giants, and then also with with the Raiders, it's like the Patriots win one, they lose one. It's like I feel like once you get to three and you see three results, you can at least make a judgment to where it's like, okay, this is the team they are, as opposed to like, oh, this they face this team. Is that team that bad? You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
after
Yeah,
week
for
three, I
sure.
feel like we can start making our assumptions.
Right. And I also feel like there's a good spot for Gino right here, where everyone's already out on him already. It's like that's when he plays his best. Like plays his best. It's like
What did you
everybody's,
say?
oh, he sucks.
I had a great tweet about that too.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
my best tweet ever, actually.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I can hear.
What was it?
But yeah, I think it's a good spot for Gino. Everyone's out on him already, and you know it's like it's overreaction time right now. Everyone's overreacting, and you know the Raiders coming in was the, oh, let's see, you know, let's see what they do over there.
Pete
It's only
Carroll.
week, right? Pete Carroll and them boys. So, let's give them a shot. Let's see what they do here in a good position. They're in a good spot to steal one in Washington. So we'll see.
The problem
All right,
is like
money
people
line.
talk so much during the off season that it's like everybody has to get everything out immediately.
Right. Yeah, money line. Let's go. I'm gonna go with the Kansas
Oh,
City Chiefs.
just to recap the money line from last week. You know I hit my money line, right?
Oh, did you? Nice.
Yeah, I did. 313. So it's the first one of the year.
Nice.
I have a 313
That's
lead
special.
in the money line draft
We
race.
gotta,
That's special. That's special. All right. With that being said, I'm gonna go with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Chiefs. All right.
At New York Giants. Minus, well, it doesn't matter. Money line. So
What's the number on that? What number do you have on there?
Chiefs minus 325.
325. Okay.
alrighty. I am going to take the Minnesota Vikings.
Ooh.
Vikings.
The Who. The
I
Who's
was thinking about
game.
taking them as one of my picks.
Yeah. The Who's QB
162?
game bowl. Who's QB bowl.
Oh yeah, the Carson Wentz.
Okay, money line. I'm going to go with. I'm gonna take my first one. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. Big favorite, minus 375. And the second one, I just want to check something real quick. Do we know? The last I heard was Brock Purdy's questionable.
No, it doesn't seem like he's playing. Well,
Not gonna play.
no.
I'll take the Cardinals.
From what I heard, no. Yeah. No.
Yeah. If he's not gonna play, I'll take the Cardinals.
The guy.
I mean, whatever. If he plays, then I'm screwed. If he plays, he plays. But I'm taking the Cardinals. Taking the Cardinals. What is that? Plus, they're dogs, right? Plus 136.
Six. Let me.
So for my Survivor, I told you I'm in 2 Survivor pools, right? So the first week, I took the dog. I took the Raiders. And then so in one of the pools, the first week I took the Raiders, and the second week I was like, yo, I'm gonna double down, take another dog, and I took the Patriots. And that was a sweat. I thought it was gonna be over for me in week
That's
2, but they
tough.
pulled it out at the end. But now I'm feeling like, yo, in this one pool, because the other pool I took the big favorites. I took Arizona week 1, and I took the Rams last week in that other pool. And in that other pool, I'm thinking I'm probably gonna go Seattle this week. But in the pool where I took the 2 dogs, I'm thinking I might want to go dog again. I feel like now I have a thing going. So I was thinking I might go Houston, or I might go. I was thinking potentially Arizona. But if I definitely have no, because that one I could wait. I could wait until right before kickoff on Sunday. So if I definitely have Mac Jones, I might try to put my faith in Johnny G as a dog to hold down my my survivor pick. But anyway, I was just feeling while you were taking your time. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Going with the Raiders.
Nice.
Yeah.
Makes me feel good.
I think that every time that Mariota, I think the thought of Mariota is way better than the actual the experience of Mariota.
Who has good thoughts about Mariota?
No, but everybody's like, oh yeah, he's a veteran quarterback. He could jump in and run the offense.
No, I have not heard one single soul say that. You're making that up. No one has said that.
But in his defense,
when did you have this phone call with Marcus Mariota's mom, Dukes? Because she would be the only person that would be saying that he's gonna do anything.
Oh well, yeah, maybe it was. I didn't see who I was listening to.
Yo, this fucking Madden vision is so great. Oh my god.
Damn man, I'm missing again. All right, I'm gonna go with my last one. It's the last one, right? No, I got 2 more.
2.
I'm gonna go with Houston Texans. Dogs against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, you got Houston.
That's a plus 105.
And last pick?
Last, but surely least. I'm gonna take a bite out of your apple. Pause. I'm gonna go Denver Broncos.
Okay, going with the Broncos, going with Houston, and going with KC. Wow, interesting collection of plays there. 1 big favorite and 2 short dogs. That has you at plus 516, my friend.
Let's see it happen.
And that means I'm gonna go to the previously mentioned Boo. I'm gonna double down on that game and go with the Indianapolis Colts on the money line to pull it out at the end.
How are you doubling? No, you took the Texans or the Titans.
Yeah, I know, but doubling down on the game.
Oh, gotcha. All right, so you're going Colts. So you've got Colts, Raiders, Vikings. Colts, Raiders, Vikings puts you at 489, plus 489.
Ooh, nice number.
All right, I'm going to cap mine off. I got Seattle, I got Arizona, and then we will cap it off with Seattle, Arizona. Let's see if we can get, you know what, give me Minnesota. Give me Minnesota. Let's see if we can get 2 moneyline parlays back-to-back weeks here. Minnesota, Arizona, and Minnesota, Arizona, and Seattle leaves me at plus 383. So the shortest.
We can double down on the picks.
I'm about to say flex pick Minnesota.
Oh shit, that's right. My bad. Oh, you picked them first. Yeah. Okay, that's my fault. Yeah, you could have told me you didn't have to let me go. Instead of Minnesota, I will take.
He double checked his own paper. I seen him. He was looking at his own paper. He said,
"Shit, I don't want to interrupt just in case."
Yeah, you love to interrupt when it's like intros and meaningful shit. But when you have those
so
green
there's
lights,
only my picks left. I don't want to do the double down thing. It's only my picks left. I will go with. Oh, you see, I don't want to do that. I was thinking about going Tampa, but I need a break from the Jets. I need a break from getting involved with the Jets. I'll go with. I don't want to pick a game that I'm already in on. I'll go with. Baltimore, Monday night.
hey, dog, that's
Bitch,
crazy.
we
I was
from
just thinking about that.
Baltimore. We from Baltimore.
How y'all feel about how y'all
So
obviously
very
AQ
short. That's only a plus 193. How do you feel about what?
No, I was gonna ask the panel here. I was gonna ask you guys. Obviously, H, you got Baltimore now, but how do y'all feel about that game? Like, how sure y'all feel? Where y'all leaning?
I was
Which way
thinking
y'all
about taking
leaning?
that as one of my picks.
Who, Baltimore?
Yeah.
Flex?
Yeah.
What is it, 4?
What
Four and a
I
half.
forget what the exact stat is, but Flex, you might be familiar with the stat I'm talking about. There's some Lamar Jackson against the NFC as a favorite. I think he's like he's like 19.
I think he's only lost one
some
game.
crazy shit.
Yeah, he only lost to the Giants.
I think he's only lost one game.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
so,
I think you're right.
So
So
Jaden
that was
Daniels, Daniel Jones and the Giants. Yeah.
yeah. So that was gonna be my
Wishful
that was
thinking.
gonna be my logic behind taking them if I was gonna take them against the spread. But I couldn't remember the exact stats, so I was like, you know what, maybe that's a sign that I should just look elsewhere. But
He's a former Charger now.
Yeah, I was thinking about it too. Yeah.
so Survivor pick, where do you think I should go? And then I forget about the picking the dog for the
Yeah, just in general.
yeah. I feel like
So
Seattle.
what's your
is the
strategy? What's your strategy? You guys, you don't want to say. Well, it's still early.
I used to do this strategy because I'm in two. Both of the ones I'm in, one of them has buybacks up to week 3. The other one has buybacks up to week 4. What I used to do was go with bad teams early within the buyback time period. I used to go with bad teams that maybe were favorite. I know that I'm not gonna trust later on in the year.
Right.
But I figure I feel like that didn't really do much. It didn't do as much good as I thought it was gonna be, because the way the games end up, like they're really good about the schedule, man. The way that the way you don't really get as many surefire games as you think you're going to get.
Right.
Like at the beginning of the season, once you factor in injuries and all that. So I just go, man, who I think is playing better. And people, you have to also take into account that other people, are going to go for the easiest. So sometimes you have to shy away from what.
Yeah, that's my
else is doing,
strategy. Is I
because-
just don't want to be on a game that I think the majority of the pool is going to be on.
Right. Like the
Which I
Bengals
don't-
last year.
Like this week, I think
Yeah.
that's going to be the Seahawks, but I think it'll probably be Seahawks and Chiefs. It'll probably be the two big.
Yeah, I was thinking Chiefs.
Big
Yeah, that was
picks.
my. Yeah.
The only thing about the Chiefs is, I thought Chiefs too, but I just was thinking like, I'd it's not even about saving the Chiefs. I just feel like I'd rather take the Chiefs when they're whole. I think they've heard Worthy's gonna play this game, but we don't know what he's gonna be capable of with this whatever harness he's gonna be wearing. I don't know how limited he's gonna be.
Right.
might be worthless.
I might rather just wait until this Rashee Rice suspension is over and take the Chiefs in a spot like that later on in the season. Yeah, so that was part of, and I feel like a lot of people be on the Chiefs since they, are 0-2. Seattle, I think a lot of people will be trying to fade. Like, for me, looking at
Saints.
part of my strategy is who are the Saints playing, because I don't expect them to win too many games. So
Right.
Yeah.
part of my strategy is who are the Saints playing. Who you want to know? My strategy is right here. This is my strategy.
That's a tough place to play to, obviously.
This is my strategy. The red lines at the bottom. So this is the NFL schedule for the whole year. This is week by week up top, and these are all the teams.
Yeah.
These two
Yeah.
red, these is the Titans and the Saints, teams I'm never gonna pick. So they're redded out, and I know who are they playing that week. That's where I go first.
That's so ill. That's so ill.
And then I have down the line, I have yellows for look at spots. Teams coming off of buys, I might want to take them when they're coming off of a bye, a little extra rest, that type of shit. But yeah,
You're definitely not gonna pick. You're not gonna pick that Giant Saints game when it pops up. I know that.
No, I might. I thought about taking the Giants on the money line today, as my because here's the thing: if the Chiefs, I felt like I could go either way. This could be a desperation. The Chiefs, they're not gonna go 0-3, or this could be the game where we see, okay, this isn't gonna be the year for the Chiefs.
Right. The only reason I favor the Chiefs, and I stayed away from that money line, because it looked good with the Giants, especially after that big game that they had. I just feel like that secondary is so fucking bad, bro. And a lot of people aren't talking about how bad that
But
Giants
that's the
secondary
thing is
is.
the Chiefs, they don't
got
have
receivers.
the horses
I know.
to take advantage of it.
Right. I know, but they have that quarterback that could get that ball out quick. And
are they in a position to exploit the biggest weakness of the Giants? Maybe. Maybe this is a get-right game for the Chiefs against that bad secondary. We don't know. All right, here we go. Capping it off.
Let's do it.
3-point pick for the box. Oh, wow. Look at this. Look at what's happening here.
The Jets. Oh, shit.
Now that one I could get behind.
2-point pick for the box. Shake it up. 2-point pick for the box. Oh.
The Falcons. Oh, I like it.
Joining you with the Rams.
All right.
And then last but not least, 1-point pick for the box. Joining me with the Broncos.
The Broncos. I like that pick.
All right. Jets, Rams, Broncos for the box. That's where the money is. I will be taking those as a parlay because I trust the box. All right, last but not least, anything else we got cooking? I feel like there was something I had and I don't remember what it is, and I know that I'm gonna remember it later and I'm gonna be mad, but that's such is life.
I got a question for you guys. What am I missing in the Texans Jags game? Why are the Jags favorite? Because they're the home team?
I don't know, man. I mean, the Texans have not looked great for the first couple of weeks.
Right.
But I don't know. I still feel like I just still feel like for whatever reason people are super high on the Jags. Like, I don't know, man. Like people are super high on the Jags.
I think Stroud is hurt.
Liam Cohen he's the next thing.
I think Stroud is hurt or something, man. I think sounds up there.
They gotta stop.
Didn't he have something in the preseason?
Everybody has something.
Well, I mean,
it
could
shoulder
be
or something.
Stroud has no O-line and no running game, and
right.
Really no receivers. And they played two. I mean, they played two of the worst teams you want to go into a game with no O-line against. The Rams on the fast track indoors in SoFi Stadium, and Tampa, with Todd Bowles sending blitzes, and you're not going to go anywhere running against that Buccaneers defensive line. So I that's why I'm anxious to see. I feel like there's a lot of sort of prove it games this week, you know, because like you can excuse away some of the shit that happened in weeks 1 and 2, but I feel like, you know, to your point with the Texans this year, that's why I took them as my first pick, but I also feel like if this is a spot where they can't cover the spread or win the game, then we got to start asking some real questions about the Texans,
right.
and we got to start asking some real questions about CJ Stroud.
Right.
Because like he might not be good. It's not out of the question.
It's not out of the question. You're right.
It's like, you know what you should do if you're trying to find out how good he is. I mean, instead of like overcompensating with fucking wide receivers, man, throw a pick or two at a fucking offensive line,
and try not to get rid of your best tackle too. That might help.
Well, I think they just now, I think like during the off season, that the video of the smoke with the gas mask, it finally made its way to Houston.
Oh,
they were
that's
like,
what it was.
this is why they traded him to us. Oh, we got to get rid of this guy.
Right.
So it almost like because coincidentally, you know, like Juneteenth is because in Texas, in Galveston, Texas, it was the last place that people, not that people, well, the slaves were let know that they were now free. So maybe that's you know, something similar to with, you know, the Houston Texans front office, you know, that they finally got the news that Laramie Tunsil is good.
We got our history minute with Flex. Amazing.
There
you
it
get
is.
it all with this show. Fantastic.
Amazing.
Thank you. I love that.
Amazing.
Word Life, you didn't give us anything for the big fight. You give us a recap?
Yeah,
Yeah, give us a pick.
it went because I was so excited about that fucking fight, and then when I came here, I was like just football orientated. But now it went as planned. I think we spoke a little bit about it. I think Crawford, if you do it again, I think Crawford will probably put him out.
Okay, well, here's the question. I'm glad you brought that up. Do they do it again? That's the first question.
I wouldn't. I don't think so. I think Canelo's out the door. I think Canelo spoke like a man that was ready to quit. He said it. I mean, for God's sakes, this guy got ponies doing tricks in his living room. His daughter's fucking riding a pony,
Hey.
and she
Oh,
doing
okay.
tricks.
Oh, shit.
But he spoke like at the end of the fight like a man that has a fucking pony doing tricks in his living room.
So you think he's
Like
done?
I've
He's
done
not
it
gonna fight
all.
again?
I think so. I think he might take some bullshit to go out on a dub, you know what I mean, type shit, because he is a very prideful dude, and you know he probably don't want to leave that taste for the Mexican fan base. But it's not gonna be nothing great. It'll be a Keith Thurman or some shit.
Wow. So you think he's not? You think there's no
Nah,
rematch?
bro. There's a
Interesting.
Cinco de Mayo. They're not gonna cancel. They're not gonna cancel Cinco de Mayo.
Bro, I mean, what else is Canelo have to prove? What else is he gonna have to do? He's not gonna get trashed by Benavidez. He's not gonna get embarrassed that bad. You know what I mean? So, I mean, he's gonna take some bullshit fight Cinco de Mayo and walk off to the sunset like Ryu when you fucking beat M. Bison. But as far as Crawford, I mean, what can he really do? You know, he's in a tough spot.
What's next for Crawford?
That's a tough spot, man. He's either gonna. I don't want to see him go against Benavidez. As a boxing fan, yeah, I would like to see what he can do, but I think that's just too much of a mismatch. I think he's got to go to one of these young dogs, like a Ennis Boots, and fight somebody like that. But him going up to that Benavidez talk, I don't even want to hear it because it's not gonna happen, bro. Nobody in their right mind. I don't care how confident Crawford is. He's the man. I love his story. I love his come up. I love how confident he is. He don't want it with Benavidez, man. That's just unfair. He's fucking 6'5" Mexican. Like, what the fuck?
So is Crawford an all-time great conversation now?
Yeah, you got to put him there. Yeah, you got to put him there. I believe so. You know, I mean, it's funny because I put my money on obviously I put my money on Crawford, and going up to the fight, a lot of my friends are like Canelo, Canelo, but I'm just like I couldn't the main this is what it came down to. I couldn't erase. Something kept telling me, bro, just go with what you've seen. Don't fucking start thinking too much and oh this because I started thinking, okay, Crawford likes to get hit. Canelo has a heavy punch. Can he take Crawford's? Can he take Canelo's punch? Blah, blah. But I was just like, I couldn't erase the flat-footed Canelo for the last, even the fights. I said this after the fight. That might have been the most active or as good a Canelo I've seen in the last 5 fights. Like even when he won, he's always against the ropes. He's always you can't do that with a kid that's gonna go in there and box you. And Crawford, his punches carried. He's a big dude, and it was bad, man. It looked bad. It looked like he could have put him out. Obviously, yeah. I think he could have
And
too.
what's
So,
up with your man Adrian Broner?
yo, that was I don't know, but I thought that was real gentleman like for Cameron to do that the way he did
Yeah,
it.
I thought so too. But yo, Broner,
Yeah,
was he on drugs? What's wrong with him? He's
yeah,
nuts.
yeah. That's the
He
second
looked
time
like
I've
he
seen
was.
him
He
like
looked
that
like he
though.
was having a relapse or something.
Didn't he
He
have?
was
There was
He's
bugging.
a ig-
there was another
he's
podcast
just an ignorant
that some,
ass.
but there was another podcast that he was slurring words and acting all crazy.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know if
I
this
had
is
not
part of
seen
his
or thought about Broner in quite some time, and then I
right.
seen that shit pop out. I was like, oh, this nigga's wildin'. I don't know
Wow.
what's wrong with him.
I think he just thinks that's like it's cute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because
Yeah,
he's
but
always
even
been like
even
that.
Yeah.
you're right. You're probably right, but the whole shit he had going with the young lady aside, he just seemed weird. He seemed off. Even just the way he was talking, he seemed like something was
Yeah.
wrong with
He
him.
on
I don't know if he took too many
that. He
blows to
on
the head,
something.
but
He
he,
was
he
on
looked
Yeah,
like
something.
cause
he
even
looked unwell.
cause, yeah, because Cam even I saw that like you said I don't watch that podcast, but like I saw the video of that, and even he was trying to like even it even felt like because Cam usually you would have normally I feel like you would have normally seen a more aggressive like side, and I feel like he
He looked
was
like he
almost
felt
like
bad for
yo
him a little bit.
yeah like almost like yo
Yeah.
yeah
He
because he
gave him
was
a
like
hug.
yo dog
Gave him a
you know
hug
what
at
I'm
the
saying
end.
like
Like
I love you bro but we can't be doing this and I'm gonna pay you for your time and all that like he was doing it polite but like in a normal spot I feel like he wouldn't have been that polite to the level of offense like it looked like he was tight. And normally, when Cameron, history suggests when he gets that tight, he's not that calm and doesn't give off that much like respectful energy. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean,
Well, he did say he's
just
like
ask Omar
he's
Gooding.
right. Well, he did. Cam's Mace calls him Mr. Petty. So I guess he's a very petty dude, which we've known about Cameron. But um, shit. What was I gonna say?
When is Tank and
Ah,
Jake
fuck.
Paul?
Uh, I don't know. I think it's coming up soon. Oh,
So you don't
I don't
care
know,
about
but
that at all?
I don't know, man. It's not,
When was Tank's last fight?
I just I just get offended by it. Like it's like I was telling like somebody I was talking to somebody. I don't even mention Tank's name no more because why mention his name? He's not gonna fight the guys that we want him to fight. He's riding that train till he retires, bro. He's not gonna fight nobody. He's gonna keep doing this joking shit. It's too far. You took it too far, bro. Holla at me when you gonna step in the ring with somebody that holds weight. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, Teofimo and Shakur Stevenson sounds like they're gonna fight. That's a fight I want to see. Fight one of those guys. I always wanted to see Davis and Teal. I wanted or Davis and Shakur. Like do something like that. But you're gonna fight Jake Paul at a what the fuck? What is this fucking Rocky? What is that? 3? I don't want to see that shit, man. The fuck out of here.
Especially
And
if you're
how
not
do
gonna
we
knock
feel
his ass
about
out.
this guy, Dana White's involvement with boxing now? Whatever he's trying to do.
Yeah, I don't even
Hard to
know.
keep track of. Man.
I don't even know what he's trying to do. It looks. It
He's trying to
looks
turn
like
it into UFC, I
right.
think.
Yeah,
Him
he's trying
and
to
him
make
and
some money.
Turkey.
right? And then they're trying
Turkey
to
Ali
take,
Sheik, Ali Sheikh,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, they're trying to take away the
I thought they were saying that he was from Turkey the whole time. I didn't realize it was his name, Turkey.
right.
Oh shit!
You just broke that to
I
me.
might
I'm
have
like,
that. Yeah, or me too, man. I thought
Like
I
I
was just
thought
gonna
that
have
they,
the.
yo,
Once
nah,
you
for
hear
real, his
Turkey-
name is Turkey with
no,
an
you know
I.
what it
Yeah.
is, and I hate to do it. I hate to say it, but it's because we're ignorant, and it's like once we hear Turkey, we don't. Anything could come after that. We're just like, oh, they're talking about where he's from.
Yeah, no, it's racist.
Oh, shit, that's what I'm. Oh, that's what I'm having for
What it is.
Thanksgiving, dog.
'Cause my
Turkey
mom-
a la chic. That just sound fancy, dog.
Dude,
For real.
Turkey out of sheep.
I've
Yeah,
been
no,
frying
but
my-
that's
I've
his
been-
name, and I
I've
guess
been frying my
he's
shits.
I guess he's the money, and him and Dana White are trying to turn.
Yeah, well,
boxing
yeah,
I don't know if you've seen the
UFC.
clip where Max Kellerman's trying to blow Dana,
Yo,
and my
trying to
man
do what?
Canelo was like, he's trying to blow Dana White.
yo,
Like,
Max,
he's the man. He's
yo,
the
Max,
man.
that's my
he's
man, Max.
better to do it.
Max,
He was blowing.
Max.
Let's bring it down.
He
from
embarrassed
Max to-
himself a
Man.
little bit. That was embarrassing.
Right. That was bad.
I was
And
I was
and
embarrassed
It was
for
even
that.
worse. It was even worse when Canelo was like, hold on. Yo,
No,
Dana
I
White
saw
went
the whole
from
thing. I
smiling-
saw the whole thing. I saw,
Yeah.
and it was funny
Dana-
because I was sitting there,
I'm saying
and
for the
before
viewers.
Canelo jumped in, I was like,
What?
because there was a whole crowd of boxing fans, and he was like spitting in their face, disrespecting boxing,
Right.
disrespecting the boxing fans. Boxing's not what it used to be, or whatever the fuck else he was saying. I was like, yo, he's supposed to be Mr. propping up boxing, and now
Right.
on behalf of trying to glaze Dana White, you're gonna shit on boxing right here in front of Canelo and Crawford and all
right.
the boxing fans. That was
Right.
a bad look,
and
man.
and Canelo's a G for that. But I'll tell you one thing.
He is
when
a
he
G for that.
said
He was like,
when-
hold up.
Oh, stop the show, and then Crawford joined.
And
joined.
then Max tried to flip it. He was like, I forget what he said, like, oh, English Canelo's my favorite Canelo, or some stupid shit like that.
I was surprised he didn't get offended by that comment. I was like, that's
You
how
caught that
yo,
though, right? I
that's
was
some-
like, what?
I did.
I was
I
like,
was-
he's trying to like make it better with that joke. Like, yo,
That
Max,
was-
sit down.
that
bro.
was-
like,
They might as well should have called them cinnamon.
yo, that
Yo,
was
word.
bad for him to take that as, yo, it's like, yo, Canelo, English speaking Canelo's my favorite. Like almost like undermining him, like you know what I mean? I don't know,
yeah,
but
I
what's
don't
good
know- I
with
don't
that
know
nigga,
what
yo?
got into Max, but he
Yo,
was
crazy.
that
He's just
was so
talking Marcellus Wiley?
Max like a
Yeah.
lot. I was like,
The-
yo, this is not what I know Max to be at all.
yeah, I took it as he wants to be involved so
Oh
badly.
shit, they scored a touchdown? Who scored?
The Bills and the
Dolphins.
Dolphins 14-14 right now.
Hell yeah, my first half. My
fuck.
first
Alright, I gotta
half.
go. But let
my
me-
first half Dolphins against the spread is about to cover. Beautiful.
Nice,
Love it.
nice. Let me get this over real quick. 'Cause I want to watch that game. He was okay. Max was okay. He was like, "Oh, boxing's not what it used to be." You know, gave him a little light, bro. After he gave him that light. I saw the period like in my mind. I saw it, and the transition was right after that period, and dude just went into deep sucking cock. And I was like, yo, what the fuck is
Yo,
that? I thought it was in the
nuts.
Twilight
It
Zone.
was nuts.
And Dana White is in the
That's
back,
crazy.
red, blushing, laughing, ear to ear, red. And then when Canelo shut it down, he cleaned up.
And now was that
Watch him
before
in
or
the back.
after? Was that before or after? Because Dana White had that moment with the reporter. I don't know if you've seen that. There was a reporter who was
Yeah.
pressing him about, are you
Right.
gonna do the pay structure? And I'm paraphrasing, but he was basically like, you're gonna be raping these niggas the way you raped the
Right.
UFC boxers.
was gangster.
Or
That was
you
gangster.
and like he got all defensive and he said some stupid Dana White shit. And like I can't, because I seen it in clips. I saw like the
was a
whole
different
conversations,
facility,
but I
so I
didn't
think-
watch the whole shit from beginning to end. So I didn't know if that was before or after. Not that it makes a huge difference, but to me, I feel like it's even worse if after Dana White got pressed like that, you were slurping him after that. Like, because
Right.
I noticed what you were saying about how he was sitting there in the back, like
Jeez.
blushing. I was
Blushing.
like, yo, this is nasty.
Crazy. I think Max
feel
just-
like I need to take a shower after watching this.
Yo, I think Max is dying to be part of this this new thing, and
But that's the shame
I think
about it is
losing
that
the
Max
job,
has
right.
so much already built-in credibility with boxing. Nobody questions Max's boxing
Yeah.
bona fides. Like that's an area where he's
Right.
50 grand. Nobody like all boxing fans. Everybody knows when it comes to boxing, Max is the real deal. He don't gotta do all kinds of goofy shit like that.
Right.
He's the last nigga that gotta anything to prove like that.
Right. I think, and I'm looking at it as maybe it's my ignorance or my innocence to say, I don't know what a better word, but or simple-minded. It's like, is he like, because of the ESPN and all that shit, is he like just like he's like, this is my shot. This is me
maybe.
back in
Know,
boxing.
maybe.
I gotta suck as many cocks as I can to stay on top. And I don't know.
Or
Maybe
this is. I mean, maybe I'm giving him a little bit of too much credit. I'm going the opposite of you. Maybe this is like a long con where he's like saying, "You see how easy it is to be on TV if all I gotta do is say whatever they want me to."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like doing
maybe he's an
because
intentional mockery.
Yeah, because he's like, I mean, I'd like to think that he's way too smart and based off like his history to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
You know what I'm saying? Like doing a full 180 like that.
Yeah, no, you're right. That actually makes me feel a little bit better because it was so crazy. To tell you the truth, I hadn't even considered that, but it was so crazy that makes more sense than anything.
Yeah,
well, Canelo and Crawford didn't get the joke.
No,
and because maybe he's like, they let me go. I was on with Stephen A. But Stephen A. He's doing all this shit. So let me show everybody how easy it is to just sell my soul, and then at the end, kind of like pull the rug again.
I wonder if Stephen A. was there.
All the shit.
I don't know.
I mean, I know he was at the fight, but I wonder if he was at that press conference it would actually
Dana
make
White's
even more sense if he was there. If he was doing that in front of Stephen A. to Dana White, of all people, because of the way that Stephen A. be caping up for Dana White like he's his daddy.
And maybe Dana, maybe this is such a next level shit that's why Dana White was blushing and laughing, because maybe he got it.
Yeah.
And maybe he's sitting there saying like, oh, this nigga's really going at Stephen A. like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
that would make sense.
Who knows, man? This is all
maybe.
This is all pro wrestling now, bro.
Yeah, for real.
You're right. I will say this to close up the boxing talk. It felt good to hear Max ringside, though. It felt like something.
No, it was great. It felt great to hear him. I thought he did a great job calling the fight. I thought that there was, I don't know if y'all picked up on this, but there were a couple of moments where I don't know what Andre Ward's relationship is with Max, but they were not arguing, but having like active disagreements, like in the middle of calling the fight.
Yeah. I feel like Ward is just like that, though. I feel like Ward is very in and out, like my man Flex. You know what I mean? Like he's just very...
Not for real though.
He's just like very like,
I don't know. The whole thing is just it's up for question. I don't know, man. But
yeah, and he's a prideful dude too, Ward. I've noticed that, like, even in interviews, he like gets offended and acts a little rough around the edges, but he's a beast.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, no, I thought they did a good job. I thought that the broadcast was good. It wasn't fucking dropping out like the last Netflix joint that I got with the Tyson. That shit was terrible. It wasn't terrible like that. The one thing I thought that, and I mean, maybe this is just typical boxing, but man, there's so much wasted time. Like,
oh my god,
before between the
I was telling Chief on Sunday,
the Callum Walsh and the main event, that fight, they did so many different out of nowhere performances. I didn't even know what the walk-up songs were.
Me neither.
Was it the band? Was it the mariachis? Was it the song that was playing? I didn't know what. It was a whole. It was a medley.
Right. Well,
they kept showing niggas undressed. They kept showing niggas like walking into the arena, and I'm like, damn, they just getting here now, like. But they kept doing it. But then it actually turned into like it felt like Yeah, like they left and came back. Like, you know what
Oh,
I'm saying? Like it just.
I gotta send you a video of Cat Back Thursday. I don't know if you're familiar with De La Hoya's fucking silly shit that he does every Thursday. Anyway, he gets that
When
Dana
is
White.
this?
I feel like he
He's
does silly
hilarious.
shit every day.
It's no, but this guy's
With the
he's such a
fishnets?
fucking no. He does does it, but he
That's
does this stupid clap.
that's the network. That's his network.
Anyway, the fish. That's funny. But anyway, Crawford threw a curveball because he came out with the mariachi. So it's like you're like, wait, who's coming out? Canelo? You know what I mean? But I hate the fucking internet right now because they're like, oh, y'all didn't get what Crawford did and all this shit. It's like, bro, as soon as you saw him with the guitar, you didn't know what. If you didn't know, it's because you're not a '90s, 80s baby '90s gangster, bro. You just, you know. But as soon as you saw him with the guitar, you know, he was doing the
Yeah,
best.
and that's been done before. I mean,
Right.
I'll
I thought
never
it was
forget
good.
it was against De La Hoya. Speaking of De La Hoya, that was when Floyd wore the crazy, enormous, the biggest fucking sombrero I ever seen in my life. The shit was like a
Yo, that shit was
cartoon.
gangster. Right.
Well,
That shit was
speaking
like,
of that, I actually was sad when I heard that Ricky Hatton died. Yo, that was my man. Yo, I liked Ricky
that was
Hatton. I
wild.
remember when he
Yeah.
fought Floyd too. That was a wild fight.
But some was living his best life. He was training somebody or helping somebody, not
He
training.
was
but
he was fighting. He was gonna fight. He had a fight
Really?
scheduled for like next month.
What? Well, how he died?
I don't know. I think he had a stroke or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, he was eating crazy. He was big.
Well, that was the
That's
thing.
all.
He was Ricky Fatton because he would
Right,
get
right.
all fat during his like when he wasn't training and shit.
Right. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
but
man.
he seemed like a
Rest in peace. Yeah.
he was
Fun
he
dude.
was
Like a
fun to
fun
watch fight, and he had an interesting kind of personality. I remember when that
of
like the
those-
build up to that Mayweather fight. I felt like he was a good character for all that.
Hell
Yeah, some of those English dudes be going in, bro.
yeah.
Like they live a hard lifestyle. Like they don't play.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Once he
So
stopped training,
okay?
though,
So if not Tank and Paul, what's the next big fight? Is it going to be
want,
Joshua and who was Joshua fighting? I think
don't know,
Joshua might fight against Paul after Tank.
really. I didn't hear that. I don't know. I'm curious about this Teofimo Shakur Stevenson fight. Even though it's not 1,000%, not 100% on paper, but it seems like it's really gonna happen. So that's where I'm at.
All right, so that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for the show. Well, we'll talk about that after. Until next week, adios, arrivederci, sayonara.